This is Minecraft News for Adults, and if you believe that Santa Claus brings gifts to all the little good boys and girls of the world, you don't belong here. Get out. So here's the deal. Today was a very, very special day. I was digging in the Nether. My hand is doing better, so I can play Minecraft again. It'll never be the same, but I dug sideways. Some lava fell down. I did that thing where I thought I knew where the lava came from, so I thought it was safe to resume digging after I plugged that hole. It was not. So, I died. Lost a lot of levels, lost some iron, lost a couple other things, a couple stacks of magma, lots of nether. Anyway, so because I didn't spawn anywhere even close to where I was working, I began walking across the nether, and you can see a few little pieces of this. I'm going to put a door here, and I think some clever things. As I was walking across the nether brick structure above me, which is an extension of a nether fortress, and so therefore generates withers, I saw some blazes because it's also by a blaze spawner. So I looked across and I thought, oh, that's two blazes. I can run that gamut, because all I had was a cobble sword and no armor. And so then, as I got closer, I saw there was actually a third blaze, which I could not see because there was a wither, which was completely dark. And no, I need the door over there, guys. I need the door over the other. No, because yeah, fuck. Okay. So I couldn't see the blaze because it was behind a wither skeleton. So I tried to throw up some defenses. That did not work. I couldn't throw them up quickly enough while retreating from all the stuff. I ended up on fire. I died the first time because I ran away from the lava onto the field of magma that I was mining and then died. Probably none of my stuff is left. I'm holding out hope for something, just for the morale boost. There you go, you stupid piece of shit. Piece of shit, piece of shit. If I run in there, then it's going to be a completely safe door. Just don't have to do anything. Okay. So, put the next one. I can't put it there, because I'll shut the door in my face. Well, that would be hilarious. Let me put a door here. And move everything back. So, when I turned around across this catwalk that had no lighting, no guardrails, I heard the mew and shriek of a ghast. So I had to dodge gas blasts, I had to dodge a wither skeleton, I had to dodge fire from 2-3 blazes, and so I eventually managed to ensconce myself in you guys aren't trying to kill me, are you? Okay. Good time to ask that question, Chris. Ensconce myself in all of this netherrack. I don't see or hear any of these guys trying to murder me anymore, although it's like these zombie pigmen are trying. Doesn't see me. What's my plan? Can I get it? I'm gonna do this way. Is this my platform? Ooh, is it not? No, it's not my platform. I need to go up level. Alright, so I also got to run up here before that wither paths his way up here. Hopefully that's the only set of blocks that can get me here. And oh, hey, looks like one of those stray gas blasts take up that ladder. So it's been a heck of a time. I got 21 cooked chickens, no armor, and a cobble sword, and it's just not going well for Chris. So let's sprint down here and just hope to fucking God that... Oh my God, is that more withers? Please don't be more withers. That is... Oh, that's another rack. That's the fort I tried to throw up that I was talking about. Alright, let's throw these up a little bit. Shit, fuck. Jesus, the nether. Fucking hell. Okay, what do we got here? I think I can do this. Still pretty dangerous, but let's do it. Oh, lag. Okay, alright. Now I just have to run in a straight line and not get caught in the fire too much. Well, not a straight line, but just serpentine just enough as he's shooting at. Is there anything valuable in here? Maybe not the time to check, but, you know, damn it. I headed out. Usually, I got a whole machine that I use whenever I die. I have a whole machine designed in redstone where when I die, I can walk into it and it'll shoot a whole new set of gear at me. I don't have it set up, and so I just kind of grabbed whatever so I'm completely ill-equipped to do this mission to try to get my stuff back. It's a complete shit show. But anyway, not the only shit show that's been in the news lately. So I was reading about how the Hillary Clinton campaign apparently had more money than the Democratic National Convention. So she paid their bills and she had veto power over their messaging and whatnot like that for a couple of months. So which isn't a smoking gun, right? There's no moment where they go, oh yeah, no, we're totally going to screw over Bernie Sanders. But like that's how it went. And that's exactly how it works. That's how the system works. We're going to give you money, and then maybe you do a thing or you don't do a thing. We're not going to say money for influence or money for power or money to get our political objectives done. Because it's not just politicians, it's companies and lobbyists and the Democratic National Convention, the Republican National Convention. These people say, hey, here's a load of money. Do for me. And that do for me is implied. And we have a ridiculous system where we just say, seems legit. So I think this might be the most dangerous traversal of this thing. You can see all these, 90% of these fires are me fighting with gas on this mountaintop. So the thing is, this is, fucking kid me. Take that. And, maybe it'll take two with the cobble sword. You're almost dead. Come on, come down here. Oh, shit. Oh, fucking lag again. I don't think I have a terrible internet connection. I think I just... There's a stairway that I need to get up at the other end of this mountaintop. Plateau, field, whatever. And it is comprised of 1 to 2 layers of netherrack. Maybe another brick now. So I'm just really... I'm going to make like a fire break here, just sort of enclose... Ooh, some of this. Right, he's this level, I'm going to take a shot at... Excuse me. Alright, so if we get the fire break, I just want to knock this guy out some stuff. Come on. I've done this before. Usually whenever I wasn't even fucking trying. Alright, there you go. Competence. I bet you didn't think you'd see that until this video was over. Alright, so anyway, we have a system where people just say, hey, here's some money. And then we just go, yeah, they didn't say do stuff for the money. It's probably fine. And that's a ludicrous, insane, stupid system. That's how it works. And whenever you talk corrupt candidates, it's the exact sort of corruption that scions of the current political system, including Hillary Clinton, are renowned for. I mean, oh yeah, look, it is another brick. Still, though, I do not want to get hit with a gassed fireball while heading up those stairs. Not until I've widened this. I'm going to have to widen all of this. Because one of the things I lost were quite a few rails and power rails. Probably lost. Because I was going to try to make a rail through here because I thought I had it blazed enough that I could do that, and I do not. This all needs to be 3-block wide nether brick. Probably with couplings on the side to kind of deflect gas blasts. So I'm also cutting off the corners, which is one of the classic things that I do. Where are they taking that? One of the classic things I do in the nether, where I just sort of around the corners off of well, I guess square the corners off of unsquared. Oh, there you go. It's probably that light over there. Oh, there we go. That's a giant pool of lava. It's oh shit, magma, Chris, magma. Literally what killed you last time. All right, pro Minecraft player over here. So, all right, the other one's the other side where Jared Kushner was asked to provide documents to Congress and just didn't supply them, and we know this because other people in the Trump campaign did supply those emails, and he was CC'd on them. So why would he not have the emails? But it's fine. It's just a little misunderstanding. We're gonna make all the excuses we can for this guy. Oh shit. Okay. All right. Demonstrating the mutant ability to learn absolutely fucking nothing. Alright, I'm going to dig in from the top. I always do this where I'm like, oh, it's just one block of lava. And then it is not just one block of lava. It's several blocks of lava. And I just think I can plug up one little hole and I'll be safe. Never fucking learn, guys. So anyway. So now Congress has very politely asked him to turn over additional evidence that he initially withheld related to their inquiry as to whether or not a U.S. politician colluded with Russia to win the election. If that's just a thing we should do now. If we should just, open up a Kickstarter for presidents and just have whatever country elect them. Because even if there isn't a smoking gun where they said, hey, we will give you the money, and in addition you will do for Russia, like, it's still corruption. It's the same damn thing. So, I mean, whether it's straight up money or whether it's material support or intelligence support, they're still putting money to get politicians elected. And then, unless there's a smoking gun that says that they planned it together and it was all quid pro quo, then there's no consequences. I think that's what people don't realize. That none of these people want to be... None of the people who run the system want the system to have consequences. That's the thing. So they have no incentive to punish people who are doing the exact same thing they're doing. That's why we got all these sexual harassment. Anyway, I don't want to talk about sexual harassment stuff. Like sexual assault stuff. Which it apparently is now. There's another one. This is about Georgia election officials. They're under investigation for, to get rid of these old election machines that are easy to get tampered with. So, they had a security hole in it. And as part of this investigation, they weren't supposed to wipe the machine, but they wiped the machine. Someone wiped it. We don't know who. We don't know who did that. So now the evidence that would have revealed vote tampering, revealed backdoors, revealed vulnerability of the system, that's all gone now. And now is anyone going to get in trouble for it? Wow, I've never seen so much lava. Usually you dig a little bit in Nether. You get a little bit of lava, but that's a lot of lava. Then again, I am digging up magma. And I am going to continue digging up magma just for my own emotional draw evenness. There was a lot of iron. Not a lot, but like a decent amount of iron that went into mining that magma, which wasn't part of my main reason for being here and was a waste of my time and not according to my plan. I'm going to mine at least 2 stacks of magma here and try to recover some of what I had, just, completely irrationally. So, I hope you like watching me do this and trying to safely cut around magma, because apparently lava and magma are related. I mean, it seems obvious, right? It seems obvious, but here we are. Here we are, and I'm just blown away by this. So is anyone going to get in trouble for this data deletion in Kennesaw? Nope, probably not. I'm being cynical. Facebook says that they're going to try to show who does political ads now. I think that's great. Because, there should be some transparency. When people are trying to push a political agenda, we should know who's behind that. We should know if there's foreign powers that want to do this stuff. Or private people, Some of these things are just groups, though. Groups that share things and follow people and get followed back. That costs almost nothing at all. You just have to hire someone to do it. Or, I'm sure as bots get better, have a bot do it. So, you just, I don't know. It's hard to enforce that. But in terms of paid for ads and promoted sites and groups and things like that, you can trace that. But, these people are designed to be very, very, circumspect with their money. This stuff's very soft. It's not well documented. There's no international system for saying, hey, look, these people are a subsidiary of this. This is the highest up layer of their chain of command. Or, hey, look, we're going to just, put a puppet at the top of this. And it's not a subsidiary of anything. It's just some guy, but he gets all this backing from whoever. So, that it can be obfuscated is not a reason to try for transparency. It's not. I'm not trying to push any kind of fatalism here. If anything, I'm just describing a problem. So, anyway, I don't want to talk. I mean, it's good. It's good that Facebook is trying to do this. That should be the rule in general. Like we have those rules for ads on television. This thing is paid for by whoever or whatever. So it's important stuff. What else we got? I mean, a time where people say, hey, look, things are bad for America, therefore... Wait, do this? Do those not give us light? Do that? That makes light, obviously. That makes light. That's why it's dark here now. But these don't make light. What the fuck? What the fuck? I thought these were new light blocks. Alright, well, after this, I have to look up and see if magma makes light. Alright, I actually made like 3 picks, so I'm probably just going to finish this whole area out. Anyway, but, people always say, hey, look, this doesn't benefit us immediately or now. What's the point even? And I think, that progress is slow. Like, if you only ever look after yourself, no one's ever going to look after you. I think when you're really powerful, it's easy to say, oh, no one ever needs to look after me. Chris, magma burns. Magma burns. You know this because you died from that. That's why you're here. And then also, when you came back after you died from that, it was literally a thing which happened. You got burned by the... Jesus. Okay. But look at Saudi Arabia. Right now, Saudi Arabia is letting women into stadiums and is letting women drive for the first time in, I guess, ever. They're geopolitical allies, and you think that they just got up one morning and said, yeah, let's see what's up with... Let's just let the women try it. No. That's because we worked with them for years. And we applied a little pressure. And other people applied a little bit of pressure because it's the right thing to do. I'd much rather be part of the country that thinks that it's important for women who will probably never come to America to be able to drive and to go to stadiums and to just participate in life and not be shut out for some quirk of genetics. On general principle, I would rather be part of a country which operates on principle rather than on naked policies or self-interest. I don't know. I don't think it's that difficult, Just we don't always act on principle. I don't expect that we will, but it's about more than just trying to get everything you can. And if you're so afraid of losing stuff, you're so afraid of not having stuff tomorrow, or if you think you have so little that you want to take everything you can at every turn, then I don't think you can turn around and say, hey, look, the system works. If you're comfortable enough to say, hey, look, maybe other people can have a little more. If you're comfortable enough to say that, then something's going right. And if you're not, you realize something's going wrong. And you can look to a bunch of different people to help with that. I know we have a new tax plan up that wants to cut taxes for really wealthy people. I was just reading about a wealthy guy in China, a book writer, I think. He paid like $8,000 for a bottle of scotch that was supposed to be some kind of fancy scotch. And then he tasted it, he said, oh, this is great. And he actually drank it with the bar owner. And the bar owner's like, oh, yeah, it's great. And they had a moment, because the bar owner's hotel owner, it was a hotel bar, his dad bought it. And, they're like, oh, this is so great. It's so great. We can share this moment. And, it's been the bar my whole life. And my dad bought it. And now we're drinking it together with a famous person. And it was fake. It was completely fake. Those people did not taste the $8,000 difference. I guess probably a $700 difference. Whatever the monetary value difference was. Like, those people didn't taste it. All right, I know this is going to hurt. as part of the plan, just collecting all the magma. I'll take some damage. Fine. So, still no light. Amazing. Okay, yeah, right. You can touch it, you can't get on it. It still burns even when you put it back down. Just doesn't give you any light. Alright. So you didn't know. That's $8,000 down the drain. I mean, really? Come the fuck on. Come the fuck on, guys. It's just... Yeah, wealthy people aren't going to solve this. I mean, they're buying shit-ass overpriced garbage. It's just a great example. It's a great story. So, again, I don't have a clever thesis. I forgot when recording this. These should only be about 15 minutes long these days. We're still rocking a 30, so you got 10 more minutes of this unless you just stop watching. Personally still working on Dead Parents Dungeon, getting a set skeleton squeezed out to some extent. Looking forward to prototyping. Other than that, my NaNoWriMo has not gone well. It never goes well. I was supposed to do... whenever I'm doing writing work, I'm relieved from my NaNoWriMo responsibilities. But this week it was supposed to be setting books, kind of for like whatever role-playing system. I managed to knock out not any actual writing, but planning for one, which I was happy with. Aside from that, just keeping busy with work, doing stuff like that. Caught up on the Orville. It has begun to disappoint me again. And I think this is just the sort of show it's going to be. I think I'm going to finish out the season out of obligation. It's not bad. There have been a few minutes where I have legitimately laughed. Come on, guy, really? Magma cubes of all things. I made this whole path right. So you can see how this is 3 blocks wide, fairly flat. That's going to be where my rail's going to run. And that's my rail. I'm going to miss all those rails that I made. Doesn't matter. The new lighting motif should totally be inset, netherrack, fire. That is my preference for lighting. I think I'm going to make that zigzaggy track into straight shot. This is going to be widened and have stairs put in. I probably need a more consistent stairway style in terms of where the power goes, where the rail goes, where the stairs go. And also I need to widen this. I just now learned, after years of that being the case, that you can make these things 3 wide. You can make them just hugely wide. So I don't really have the obsidian to mess with that in survival. So I'll have to mess around with it in creative just to see how all that works. Gonna sleep, because if I work this end out, I'm gonna need a bed. I'm gonna need to continue keeping beds around. So I believe the rest of this is going to be fairly sedate, where I'm just going to unload all this stuff and then reload up with a restrained amount of nether brick so I can go back and begin making those pathways with nether brick so they can be visually distinct, on theme in terms of matching the rest of the aesthetic of the nether. I don't really have another aesthetic I want to run through the nether. I like the nether aesthetic. Nether bricks, nether rack. The rails are a bit offensive, to be honest. Anyway. Right, so there's an episode where Isaac, the robot, and the doctor go to a planet. They're going to go on vacation, and then it crashes, and then she's like an experienced officer. Like, that's her whole thing. It's the first thing we learn about her. And she's pretty useless. And then she gets captured, and then Isaac has to deal with her kids, but there's no conflict. It kind of is a conflict because they land on an occupied planet, and it's post-apocalyptic because someone released a big war virus, a bioweapon. So everyone's going to resort to cannibalism, so they're going full the road on this. And the guy's keeping her safe, but like I guess it's also implied that he's interested in her romantically, and he's a survivalist, but that's supposed to be menacing is presented to us like, oh, I'm survivalist, and he has a gun, and I'm like, this isn't menacing or bad. He was right. You know, we think little of survivalists because we don't think society's going to collapse. Like all of us who are watching the Orville are kind of gambling on society not collapsing in the near future. Although some of us are starting to wish it will a little bit every time we watch the show. But so like we're just supposed to not like or trust him because he's a survivalist. But then the deal is that like the doctor kills him like for no reason. She could just leave at a certain point in the episode, but she decides to kill him, and like it kind of works out because she has to get the medical pack, but nothing he's done has really justified the murder. So I mean, there's that kind of a conflict, which, you know, was a conflict, was an interesting scene. Didn't really do anything clever. It was pretty hardcore. There wasn't a lot of humor in it. It kind of feels like the episode was about, oh, darn kids these days. And then at the end, the reconciliation is between mother and son is, oh, I said mean things. Oh, it doesn't matter. I love you. It doesn't matter what I say because deep down I love you. Don't judge me by any of my actions or words or deeds. Just assume that I love you and it's all fine, which is a garbage lesson for idiots. So that was pretty bad. The next one was a little better. They're doing a peace summit, and then Rob Lowe is there, and he's like a sex alien, and it's pretty good. It's, you know, I could pick some nits. I don't like the episodes that are about Ed and Kelly's relationship, because it's kind of boring. I have not removed all of the lava in this thing. I want some more nether brick before I get out of here. So, I'm going to go further along this road, I guess. So, I haven't systemically mined out this part of my mine. No, that goes nowhere. So, this is all just kind of hanging out. I think there we go. Seeing this stops at the lava. So, there's a whole new lava pool. I got to make sure I have space in my inventory for paying out. I just don't like Ed and Kelly stuff. I'm not compelled by it. Like, there's an entire scene where Alara learns that the guy who broke up their marriage is on the shuttle, and she runs to the shuttle bay to tell them instead of just calling them, which is kind of dramatic. It sets up the introduction to the audience of who it is that we're talking about. But at the same time, it's just an action scene, and it doesn't do anything funny. It doesn't set anything up for the plot. It's just Alara running. I don't know. She does pretty good in that episode. Bortus kind of sucks for no reason, but whatever. Anyway, I've just been consistently disappointed for the last 3 episodes. Aside from that, haven't been doing too much. I watched the new Pro KZD. Shoot, he's a voice actor. His name's Sung Won. He does a lot of nerd stuff. He likes anime things. He puts up he used to be on he used to do Vines. Now he does little YouTube bits. He's a pretty funny guy. He has a new series on Crunchyroll, Anime Crimes Division, I think, something like that, which is pretty funny. Like, there's better writing in the 9 minutes of that than there was in both those episodes of The Orville. That's just disappointing. I'm just going to agree on something. So everything else is going to be cooking. And I'm almost at the 30-minute mark. So this all kind of works well. So status, hand healing. Might be running a Planet Mercenary campaign with Terry and Derek. If anybody wants to get a piece of that, then they're more than welcome to it. It's I don't know if it's a good game. I never played the game. I have the book. I have some dice. I have the Mayhem cards. Fan of Schlock Mercenary, the web comic that it's kind of based on. I don't really want to touch any of the stuff. I'm going to be running it in Schlock Mercenary. I don't want to have the plenipotent Dominion or Schlock or Taggins Tufts, featured predominantly in there. I mean, they'll come up. They come up every so often. But I think you can just kind of exist in that setting and not have to deal with the huge world-changing events that happen in it. I don't think it's necessary. And, Terry and I both like the series, so Derek kind of immediately hates it. He's immediately wary of it, let me put it that way. So the more you try to sell him on it, the less invested he is. So, that's not really the takeaway. So it's really just keeping it. There's the danger that if you do it broad, it comes off as generic. If you do it too specific, it feels like, oh, I have to know all these things to get into it. So it's just sort of fine-tuning that and trying to get the little bits of the flavor across. Little bits of the flavor across at a time. So I think that's going to work out well. And looking forward to it. He wants to the character I made was Rick Sanchez, basically. Whenever I first did it, what's one of the things I do if I get a book, I make a character for it. So then he made that character, so I have to make a bunch of other NPCs that are hopefully interesting. They kind of do their own thing. So, anyway, I'm just going to load up my smelters here with lava and then continue loading them and kind of weight it down, probably read some stuff. So, I will catch you later. Bye.